When did we start telling each other we love each other?
I used to say I have love for you first. I definitely used to say
I think Emma definitely kickstarted that train when she was tit drunk. Emma's definitely
Not throwing it at me.
You defo did. You defo did. When you were drunk, you defo started it.
Go on. One of the big issues in our relationship lives in this generation is that we are not willing to work. We're not willing to stick. We're easily to give up. I feel like I wouldn't say we're lazy, but when it comes to relationship, we're easily to be like, oh, you ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough money. Bye.
I was about to say that.
You ain't got this.
Bye.
We just, when someone comes to you with a problem and you say pray, I feel sometimes people don't want to hear that as a solution. I think they almost want a quick fix, or they want you to give an answer to their problem. But literally, God knows all and sees all. So literally, he's the only one that can explain to you why marriage is necessary.
Yeah.
Hello, hi, and welcome back to the Girls Collective podcast.
Hello, guys.
If you don't know who we are, I am Shanique.
I'm Shay.
And I am Emma.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to the GC. Do you feel like if you can't go through the struggles or the trials and tribulations now, do you think you're able to go through it in marriage? So, for example, one can argue if you can't even stick it out for 5 years as my fiance or my girlfriend, but you know we're working towards getting married, is that a reflection of how you will be in our marriage? Can you go through the
That's a very good question.
highs and lows?
That was a very good question.
That's a very good question. But
I feel like that's what a toxic man would say to keep you to stay.
100%. But I feel like
it's two sides of the coin.
I think there's two sides to it, because it's like the struggles that you lot go through. I feel like the feeling that you have that it's still gonna work out, that this is just like a bump in the road with whatever we're going through, us to get to know each other and how to deal with situations. But I feel like you know the feeling of this is not meant to be. Like you will know that feeling of
that too.
This is not meant to be, like the way we're arguing, the way things are. Because eventually, if you're arguing with someone, you will get to a point where you will communicate and work through it, and you both know, like, okay, this was just a simple mishap, and we can go through it. But you'll get to a point and have that feeling in you, like, no, this is not meant to be. This is not what a relationship is meant to be like.
Yeah.
So I feel like you will just know your spirit, everything around will just tell you if you need to leave. But I feel like what you said, I feel like a man will definitely say that just to humble you, or be like.
But my thing is, if you don't want to be with me, why am I still there? If you want to if you want to do what you want to do so bad, why? Like, if I'm not what you want, why am I still there?
That's another thing. Like,
I think men feel like they're always trying to hurt women's feelings, but can I also just say, you're not hurting our feelings, you're letting me go, like, and that's a good thing. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're too grown for you to keep me around because you feel like, I don't know, why else would you want me there if you don't want me there?
Yeah.
If you don't want me.
Because I don't want anyone else to have you.
Yeah, that's what men do.
But at the same time,
But you want everyone to have you.
I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. It's like, you don't want me. We don't want anyone else to have me.
Yeah.
Why?
And they'll keep you on a leash. Like they will do certain things to make you happy, just to keep you there. Like, just to keep you on the leash of them.
Yeah,
as soon as you want to branch out,
that's
like,
narcissist.
as soon as you want to branch out and do your thing, that's when they want to start patterning up. Brother, you better just,
back, sis.
Honestly,
your question was so good, it went over my head, but I really love that question.
Do you know why I asked that question? Because I rewatched Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte.
Oh,
and I'm preparing for Bridgerton.
I need to rewatch it again to prepare. When I saw your thing, I said, oh my God, I need to rewatch it to prepare myself again.
And I'm just thinking, like, because it's not real, but at the same time,
is it a real story?
I don't know.
Not Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte is a real story.
It is a real story. I didn't know that.
Queen Charlotte is a real story.
Okay, cool. But again, exactly, people get their inspiration from something. Like, these things happen in real life. Like, she stuck it out with him through the hardest times. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Through his mental health, through all his little episodes and everything. Are the girls nowadays doing that?
This is what I was gonna say.
If your man is in the hospital, are you running there?
I was gonna say
You go to the airport, right? And you get a call. Your man is in hospital. Your gate closes in 5 minutes.
Babe, when you come out of the hospital, you're paying for that flight. Well, like, this is the issue.
I feel like her story was different because she was in a certain power and position. I feel like
man, any woman would have. Women these days, they would have cut. My mom used to say to me,
She was 17.
do you know my mom?
17, you're telling me that I'm getting married. You can piss off.
My mom used to
But
say to me,
remember
you talk so much. You talk back
position
so
she
much.
had.
Yeah. My mom used to say to me, you talk back so much. If we bring the queen's daughter son to you, you will reject him. She did not lie. She did not lie. But this is the issue that I feel like this is one of the big issues in our relationship lives in this generation, is that we are not willing to work. We're not willing to stick. We're easily to give up. I feel like I wouldn't say we're lazy,
feel
but when it
like-
comes to relationship, we're easily to be like, oh, you ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough money. Bye.
I was about to say that.
You
I
ain't
was
got this.
literally about to say
Bye.
that.
We just let go. We just let go because we think. Dude, listen. People need to stop listening to relationships on social media. Anybody, including us, except for what I'm saying. To be fair, like,
Except for us.
literally, because what I'm saying actually makes sense. This is me and my wise enough talking. But like, people need to stop listening to social media. If your man ain't got enough money and you really like your man and you really understand, stay. I'm not saying stay, but if you feel like you need to stay, stay.
Yeah.
Don't think that, oh, your man can't buy you what the next girl is. You're not Jada Wader. Not all of us are Jada Wader. Not all of us are this person. Everybody just need to do what's best for them in their relationships.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's not good and you can see that it's toxic and it's not great for you, step out. But I feel like in this generation, we just let go of. We were so easily to be like, we don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
We're not ride or dies. We don't know how to ride or die.
What are you going to say, Shay?
Oh, I can't remember now. Oh my gosh, sorry.
Sorry.
No. I think it's to do with the money thing. But I was saying, like, with the Bridgerton, I feel like she had a position to play, and she knew she had a position to play, and she had a lot of responsibility. Bearing in mind the time that she lived in, don't want to get into too deep, but the time she lived in, the money, being black, all of that type of things. But I feel like in today's generation, if someone is not, because a lot of the times, a lot of us women were independent, and we pay our own bills, we do our own stuff. So for a man to come into our lives, especially a man to come into my life, you got to make shit easier. You can't be coming into my life making it stressful. And if I feel like that balance wasn't there, if it's in a relationship and I feel like that balance wasn't there,
You know about that?
No, I hear it.
it's like,
It's just, it goes on to like another topic, because
keep talking.
I think we've tapped into our masculine energy way
So
too
much.
much. Way
Way
much
too
to the
much.
point where way too much to the point we're now looking at another man like, so what can you actually do for me? How can you actually make things easier? Because I can carry my bags, I can put my keys in my mouth, I can put bottles
Listen,
in my hand.
If you can buy a Range
something
Rover
on my head.
so can we.
Do you know what I
I'm trying to
mean?
say?
Anything you can do, baby, I can probably do it better. Do you know what I mean? So
That's
maybe,
another thing,
and it's like,
yeah.
how do we definitely
said-
tap into our feminine energy, but
Yeah.
considering where we've come from, we haven't necessarily needed a man to do things for us.
I just feel like,
But how do we?
but
tap
that's what I'm
into
saying.
that?
Men, a guy wouldn't come to your life. I feel like men actually date women that they can help. And I know sometimes it may make a woman look weak, but men are not made to, what do you call it? They're not made to not be able to help women.
They're meant to be
Yeah.
the head.
They're meant to
Yeah.
be the
But this
head.
is what I'm
They're
saying,
actually
like,
made to be like,
You know,
any little thing that they can come into your life. That's what they always say, would you bring to the table sort of thing. Because it's like, fuck that, would you bring to the table? That whole...
No, but I hear it, because if they're the head and we're like, I don't know, the neck or whatever, it's like, how are we going to support them while they're basically steering the ship?
yeah.
But because we're so used to being the drivers,
yeah,
I can't lie, if a guy comes to my life right now, I would be
very masculine. Like it's
my
literally,
my masculinity will go down.
do you think so?
100.
Mine's I'm definitely, but
I would let you.
yeah,
Maybe
like,
maybe
but
at the
when it's
beginning it will be a
clash,
bit
yeah.
challenging. Maybe in the beginning it will be a bit challenging.
Yeah,
But it's like they need to understand that a lot of us have our daddy issues where our dads weren't there,
Yeah.
or our dads were not really masculine in our lives.
yeah.
And a lot of us just have always, especially our parents, our mums, they've raised us to be just
the strong,
stronger.
independent
Do you know what I'm
woman.
trying to say?
Yeah.
But if a man looks at, that's what I'm saying, men date low. Men don't date up. Men always date low.
Do you think? I think
100.
This is interesting.
I think men date people that they can help.
I just feel
Deeper,
like,
like when you watch like Nollywood movies and all of that, it's always the rich man coming to marry the poor woman or something like that. It's just, I feel like men always wants to date somebody they can.
Why do I feel like there's a little bit of tox?
So that's what I'm saying. We
in
think that is a toxic thing, but
Because I
don't
feel like
think-
there is. Because if it's
Tell
like
me.
you look at me as I'm weak, or you look at me as someone that you can manipulate, that's how I'm viewing it. Because
Yeah.
if it's the man, the CEO, who's interested in the cleaner, I'm looking at you a bit funny. Like, I'm not saying
But
that
they're
that
not
can't, I'm not saying that
dating you.
can't happen, but there is men. We see it all the time. There's men who are in authority that take liberties
That's true.
just because they have power, because they have money.
That's
Do you know
true.
what I mean? So
I want to give an example of somebody that's dated somebody below, and they're both on the same sort of level. I think that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be you're dating me because I have no money, and you're just dating me because you want to have a woman you can control. It's supposed to be I'm dating you, I have no money, you have no money, and I want to help you grow, and I know you can help me.
yeah.
You can help me become richer. Do you know
I
what
feel
I'm
like we've
trying to
definitely
say?
seen in movies where the CEO has gone for the cleaner and it's worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because again, you don't know. This could just be her side hustle. This could just be her side job.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know if she's a CEO at her own company, but
Exactly.
it's like her weekend job.
Yeah.
You don't know.
know,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So yeah.
I don't think when it comes to, I feel like men sometimes forget and still have to consider when you are dating a woman, sometimes majority of them are going to have masculine traits because we can't depend on a man in this generation. We can't depend on a man to look after us, to pay our bills, to for us to just be that feminine woman that you want us to be. Men have to consider in 2024 that most of the women that you're going to be dating
Especially this
is going to have
generation,
masculine
this
traits.
century, yeah.
So I feel like sometimes men can be very harsh when they're like, when a woman does this, she's not feminine, she's not this. But you're not remembering the reason why we are not feminine, the reason why we don't trust men as much, we don't rely on men as much, because they haven't done what they're supposed to do. And I'm not saying we're gonna come with we're not.
Let's say
I'm not
some
saying
men.
that.
Can
Okay,
we
yeah,
just? This
some
is
men.
some men and some women.
Yeah, some men
I
and
actually hate
some
when the
women.
men do.
They
Women are lazy. Yeah,
Some men and
sometimes
some
it's
women.
just-
I'm not saying we're gonna come into a relationship with our daddy issues. No, but it's a thing of like, all women want to be taken care of. All women want to have that man that's just there to provide, to do what he needs to do. But unfortunately, not all of us have that. So it's just like, I feel like some men in 2024 need to understand that sometimes, or majority of the time, you're going to meet women that have masculine traits. And even for us, I feel like, because we know that we have masculine traits, it's not like we try our best to like timid it down, because we know we have to find when we're dating, we have to, be feminine and things like that. But it's like, I know that what the man that I get is going to take me a while to drop my masculine
It's going
traits.
to. And this goes back to your point of not even just women, in a generation where we will easily give up. Because
100.
if within 2 weeks you've met someone new and you're still butting heads with him,
yeah.
you've got an attitude. Do you know what I mean? He'll start
Exactly.
picking at all those things, but you're not considering, I've just met you, I haven't known you for that long. I have a whole lot of baggage that needs to be unpacked and that you need to understand about me. So we need to work together for you to take over as the masculine energy and for me to tap into my feminine energy. Do you know what I mean? But people are not willing to stick it out.
A lot of people say that when the right guy comes in, that you will just naturally drop your masculine side.
That.
Like when the right guy comes into your life,
There may still be a bit of a tussle, but yeah.
I feel like I also feel like, if you are a guy and you're dating somebody who's their masculine energy is a female, their masculine energy is so high like us, I feel like you need to understand that that's what you're getting yourself into. Just know that person, especially like if I've been doing everything myself all these years and you're coming into my life, you need to know that, oh, this baby's been doing it all by herself. What can I actually
do to help?
I hate that table thing. I hate that table talk. But what can I actually bring to her life? What can you bring? What are you bringing to my life? Sort of thing. Men are supposed to. I always say this. I can't lie. Some men need to work harder than women. But unfortunately, we have more money than them right now. But it's a conversation for another day.
It's a bit. I think it's such a tricky one, because I know for a fact that if I'm talking to a guy and he comes into my life, like even when I'm talking to a guy and getting to know him, I'm just like, oh, like I do all this stuff for myself. I take myself out on solo dates. I buy all my skincare, my makeup. If I want something, I go get it. So to me, it's like, if you're gonna come in and do all of that stuff, it's
just
not
make
that
my life easier.
just make my life easier. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
So I'm getting the next
Interesting conversation.
Very interesting. Very adult conversation.
I want to know, like, from a guy's perspective, I want to know when do they lose interest in the talking stage? When do they lose
I hate
interest?
that as well. I just hate
Because
I
you
just hate
can't tell
everything.
me you're busy because a week ago you were on me. Do you know what I mean? So when do you actually lose interest? Why do you lose interest? What is something that we do? Something that has happened with you? What causes you to lose interest?
But this is what I'm saying. I feel like men need to just be. I feel like men feel like they're always protecting our feelings. There is nothing you can say to us right now.
And they say the truth hurts,
but there's nothing.
There's not a right time. There's never a right time to tell
This
me
what I'm
bad news.
saying.
There's never a right time.
There's nothing you can say that is worse than. Like, there's just nothing you can say that will break my heart, especially from
can't dance around it,
bro. I might be will break our hearts though.
But you get
like bad news is bad news. Just like, tell me, there's no
really
right
find them attractive and really fancy them. It will break our heart.
Pain.
Like, let's be real here.
Pain.
We'll be in a group chat. We'll cry for a week.
That's what I'm saying. I will
and
cry.
then the girls know our week after, guys.
Let me tell you. I've got something to tell you guys.
Literally. Oh God.
I've got to tell you.
Oh God.
But my point is, this is what I'm saying. Like, we will deal with it. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't fancy me anymore, let me know. Let me know, like, raw, like, it hasn't been. What's all of this dancing? I just don't know why men feel like they have to. You're not protecting my feelings. You're actually being disrespectful to my feelings without you telling me.
Yeah, I agree. Just say what you have to say.
Just say it.
Like,
because one thing, as a Londoner, one thing you're not about to make me look like is a beg.
Londoner, stand on that.
You're not about to make me look like a beg. If I want to be a beg, I'll be a beg, and I will own up to that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But not when you. Anyways,
yeah, I hear it. I do want to hear a guy's perspective of like what makes you.
We should write that question down.
Yeah.
So when we get a guy on the podcast,
yeah, like what's the question? I know it's probably like simple answers of like maybe it's the way
what makes a guy lose interest during the talking stage.
But it's very curious, like to know. And why do you just go? Why do you men like to disappear? Mm-hmm. Like they'll speak to you for
women do that, you know. I'm one of them. Oh, actually, let me not lie. I just contradicted myself there. I'm saying, let me know, but I can't be bold enough to actually say.
Okay, so from your perspective, from a woman's perspective, why do you ghost?
Why do I ghost?
Why ghosted?
I don't ghost.
Why do you ghost?
I just I don't think I ghost. I just go slowly. I'll stop replying.
So why do you disappear?
Because I'm not interested.
So then why don't you just tell him I'm not interested?
Why can't you say?
Because men don't hear the same way women don't hear. If you're talking to me and I'm not showing you interest and you're still chatting, you're clearly dumb. Like, so sorry. You're clearly silly. Like, you're clearly not reading the room. Like, me and you are talking, you can tell my replies are one replies. You can tell I'm not showing interest.
And you're still talking
and
to
you're
me.
still talking to me. You've asked me on a date several times.
That's actually so interesting because a guy did this to me years ago, right? This was like pre-uni and everything. And do you know what the issue is? Okay, sometimes I feel like, maybe it's my fault. So I can be nice. And it's just like, on a night out, I remember it so clearly. So I was visiting my friend's uni and, do you know what? One thing about it, if I know you, I'm going to talk about you in my pod. Anyway, this one's saying, I feel like this is so...
The pod is going too much.
The person who hears this is going to know exactly, going to know it's them. Anyway, so yeah, visiting my friend's uni and there was a guy. I'm trying to remember, do you know when you're tipsy, you may show interest, but you're not really feeling them. You see them the next day, just like, I don't remember you looking like this, do you know what I mean? So you kind of lost interest, but they've now got you on Snapchat, and now they're talking to you. And I think for guys, they probably see it as, oh, her walls are just up. Do you know what I mean? I can keep speaking to her, even if she's giving me one word replies.
I think they think it's a challenge.
Yeah,
and
men think it's a challenge.
Like a challenge.
Maybe it's a challenge after a week, but 2 months, 2 weeks, kill a day. Are you not getting it? Like, are we saying house? Yeah. Give up, okay? I feel like after like a couple weeks,
they think you can have you wrap around your finger. Yeah, I'm gonna.
No, literally.
Okay, I like a bit of challenge. I like to play it hard to get sometimes, but I'm not playing it hard to get after a month.
It gets to a point where you just get blunt and it's like, no, like
read the room.
And I don't want to be rude. I think my problem is I don't want to
be rude. Yeah,
I just want to.
Okay, but before you disappear, do you let them know that you're not interested? Come on. Come on.
I don't, because I'm like, do you know some guys are so nice.
Like we can't read a person's mind. To him, he probably just thinks you're playing hard to get. Until you say I'm not interested, he's gonna think. Oh.
But you will know, like the moment I start airing you and I'm not responsive. Okay, I won't air. That's rude.
Just take hours to reply.
Or like I will like give you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You know when conversation
like-
is with a thumbs up.
Let
Or,
it be.
yeah, like it just let it go sort of thing.
It's a
Child.
sticky one, isn't it?
It's a sticky one.
He's
I don't
definitely the
know.
guy on for our next relationship
Episode,
tour,
yeah.
like.
Definitely.
Okay, let's read the comment section underneath this. Who wants to read it? Because I'm done talking it. I can't.
Plus, I've gone.
Okay,
Shan will do it.
No, she said she'll do it.
Oh my
read
The
the
comments.
statement. The comment. Read the statement and then we read the comment. section
Okay,
underneath
so
it.
the statement says, "The worst response to 'I love you.' Go."
Okay.
Any of the comment.
Oh, okay. The comments. Okay. So let me say that again. The worst response to 'I love you.' Someone said, "As you should." Remember
Wait,
silence.
before
What
you
am I
even- before
doing?
you even say that.
What am-
What is your worst response when somebody has said, "I love you" or "I like you," and you don't feel the same way back to them?
I didn't say anything.
He said, "Thank you."
He said thank you. What did I say? When someone told me they liked me, I didn't say anything back to it. I just kind of let them finish talking. But I like, I think they were probably thinking, but I just told you that I like you.
Do you know what "I love you" is?
I love you.
That is a serious word.
That's a serious statement. Because what do you actually say back? And if you don't feel the same.
That's crazy.
But the thing is, how did you get to the point of you telling me that you love me? How do you not know that?
you know,
I'm
there's
gonna
such
say
thing
it
as
to you
love
too?
bombing. When people
Yeah.
do them kind of things, they're love bombing. They're
That's what they
throwing-
say. Yeah, that
They're
they
love
love bombing.
bombing.
You.
Like,
I think when someone told me that they love me, I said, no, you don't. That's probably been my response back to them. No, you
Yeah,
don't.
I'd be like, "Stop
I
lying."
said,
Like, what
I
you
I've said
doing?
no, you don't, and then I've literally gone. You don't even know me.
Or that, you don't even know
You know
me.
me.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean you love me? You haven't even met me and you love me.
Yeah, you-
What's
you
going
don't
on,
know.
bruv? Is everything
Yeah.
okay? Anyways, sorry. Go on.
Okay, the comment said, "I got love for you too."
Okay.
That's not bad. I don't think that's bad.
I don't think that's bad.
That's not
Yeah.
I think people that say I say that a lot.
bad. Mhm.
I say that to run away from the fact that I actually love you and I just don't want to say it.
That's so
That's why I
annoying.
got love for you.
Mhm.
Someone said, "God is love."
Bum rats.
I'm gone after that.
Literally.
Someone said, "Oh, these are a bit boring. They're not like
Interesting.
crazy." Yeah. Someone says, "I hear it." Fairs. Oh, really? I could see myself saying, "Oh, really?"
I
That's
hear it
cold.
is cold.
That is cold.
I wouldn't know what to do next.
But that's so awkward. You can't. Okay, you can tell someone you love them. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but how do you actually respond when you don't love the person?
Exactly.
But why would you? Where
That's
did
what
it
I'm
get to the
saying.
stage for you to say you
Thank
love
you, like,
somebody?
at what
It should
point?
always-
Clearly, they're on another level. They're on 10. You're on 1.
That's
Why
why
don't
people
you
need to
talk
stop
about
love
feelings?
bombing. Those people that love bomb, I really look at them and think what's going through your
You're
head.
scary.
Yeah, because
Have you guys been love bombed before?
by a friend.
Really?
You know when people
Serious?
meet you and they're like, oh, you know when they just
Mhm.
yeah
In your face too much.
they just want to be friends so bad.
Oh yeah, I've had that experience before. I don't like it.
That's
Mhm.
love bombing. They're just trying to like throw
Yeah.
themselves on you as a friend.
Mhm.
Anywho, anyways,
When did we start telling each other we love each other?
I just say I have love for you first. I definitely used to say
I think
have love for
Emma
you.
definitely kickstarted that train when she was drunk.
What the fuck?
Emma's
Not
definitely
her throwing it at
kickstarted
me.
it.
You
Oh,
definitely
you
said
defo
it.
did.
You
You
definitely
defo did.
kickstarted
When you were
it.
drunk, you defo started
You
it.
definitely
Go on.
kickstarted it.
No,
when
you
were
have to
drunk.
throw evidence now.
It's just always when you're drunk.
Lloyd's.
Like, girls, I love you so much.
It was defo.
That is
Lloyd's.
Defo and Emma.
At Lloyd's party
When
when you were drunk.
I was crying at that
outside.
one. I never said I love anybody. I was crying.
Defo, I remember. You
Guys,
defo
can I tell
did.
you just a quick story time?
Oh.
So there's one time.
Guys, my mum listens to this. Go on, anyways. Go on. She just watches our little snippet.
There was one time, yeah.
She's already
I
crying.
remember the day ever so clearly, okay? I remember my day, anyway. I remember how my day started, so let's break it down, right? It's a summer's day. I think it's the 13th of April, maybe 2019.
Are you trying to Lloyd's birthday?
Yeah, I think it's maybe 2019 because we were still living in, this is first year, right?
Yeah.
So it's 6 months time.
Yeah.
So I think it was the 13th of April, 2019, right? I've headed to London to go to another birthday, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember this day so clearly.
Gee.
Yeah.
I remember this day.
I remember I had a wig on.
I think I remember this day. Do you
Yeah.
remember on the day when you were
Yeah.
living?
Yeah.
I've come back home to like quickly change. My makeup's done and everything. You guys are still getting ready because I just come back from London. And then I don't know when Emma shared with us that we shouldn't go to this party.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't remember when she shared with us,
Yeah.
right? But anyway, it was our friend Lloyd's birthday and he was
Damn.
having a house party. And
It's actually a good story.
It was us three, Vanessa, and other people we were friends with. Kat was there, Carlos was there, Desmond was there, right?
Yeah, everyone
And then
was there.
everyone was there. Other girls were there too. And we're having a great time. I remember taking a Snapchat, we're all singing and vibes and on our way to Lloyd's house. It was great.
It was a good vibe.
It was a great time.
Yeah, that was a good vibe.
Everyone was there, right? Again, I don't remember when Emma shared with us that we shouldn't go to this party.
Girls before I shared it with the whole group.
Okay,
you were there when I first shared it.
I think I was.
Can you say?
Should I say?
Can you break down?
So, a few days before that, my mum called me and was like, she had a dream. You know,
but when your parents, particularly African parents, when they say they have a dream,
they're
it's
trying
like,
to tell you not to go
take it
anywhere.
seriously.
I hadn't told my mum that I'm going
seriously?
anywhere. I hadn't told her that I was going out, but she was like, she had a dream. So when I went uni, I never used to tell my mum that I'm going to a party. I'm going, because she would tell me no. She'd be like, stay at home. So she was like, I had a dream. You went to a party. She was basically telling me that something bad's gonna happen. All of that, and I'm like, I kept that quiet. I kept that quiet for a bit. But on the day that we were going, I don't know, we were in my room and I must have said it all the day before. And then when we went to the other building, because we went to Wenlock to pre-drink, innit? I think. Yeah, we went Wenlock to pre-drink.
Up and down.
I don't actually remember, you know.
I went Wenlock to pre-drink and we took pictures because I took the pictures on my phone.
I don't think I went Wenlock.
It was when we were doing the denim on denim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to Wenlock to pre-drink. Yeah, we went Wenlock to pre-drink and then we were taking pictures with
other girls.
Yeah. And then I must have shared it there as well. But everyone rolled. See me in uni. When I used to tell everybody my spiritual shit, everyone just used to roll their eyes at me. But that's a story for another day. I remember somebody saying, you're such an auntie for that. But that's a story for another day. But yeah, and everyone just rolled their eyes at me and just kept going. I was like, okay. And then we went to the party.
And we headed to the party. The party was great. It was great. Everyone, not everyone.
We were so waved before.
Yeah, not everyone was there. But because our uni was so small, it was just like, I feel like everyone was there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone was there.
And one thing about Lloyd, his party, everyone is always there.
Do you know what I mean? I actually remember us in the garden speaking to so and so and getting waved, going to the shop, good stuff. I was remember everything. I remember one time I was in the room as I do. I was speaking to Corbin as I do every time I see him. Long conversation.
You always trying to talk.
I always when I see him.
No, you also come to chatty patty about Shani.
It's just always when I see him. I don't know why.
Turn around and Shani's talking to someone.
One time we went to a party. Me and Kaz were giving this girl eyes. Let's go. That's when Sis' conversation.
This is where it kicks off. We were having a great time. At one point, we were even outside, waved as well. I was climbing on somebody's property. I don't know. At this point we were separated. I was in another room talking. I'm in the room like bright. It was white. I was in the room talking. All of a sudden, something kicks off. But again, I can't see.
We were in the living room when that something kicked off.
I was in the living room. I was with you guys. I think I was because I remember.
I think you two were together.
Yeah, and then I was in the other
girls.
Fast forward. Allegedly, apparently, someone got stabbed. Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's it's so funny. Every time we was at a party, these boys would turn up. This gang would turn up. And when they would turn up, it's like, you know in movies when the gangs turn up and everyone goes silent as they walk through the crowd?
Yeah.
Everyone's like against the wall and they're walking through the crowd like big and bad. And we're like,
don't fucking high school shit, man.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely time to go. So they've turned up. I don't know what's happened. It's caused a whole ruckus. Someone's got stabbed. Someone that we know has got stabbed. And at that point, I think we've all rushed out now. Emma breaks down crying. My mummy said we shouldn't have gone to the party.
Emma was the whole walkway. Emma was crying the whole way.
Emma was crying. My mummy said we shouldn't have gone to the party. It was a long ass walk because you were crying for so long. You know when you're waved and you're coming down.
Yeah.
Fidel came to me and said, "Bro, stop crying, bro." He said, "You're embarrassing. Stop crying, bro." And I said, "No, but my mom said we shouldn't go."
No, literally.
Emma was so waved. We had to calm her down. even inside of the building.
Guys,
still
bearing in mind, nothing happened to us. Yeah.
We came off it.
Bearing in mind, guys, nothing actually happened to us.
You know, guys, can I just say, whilst I'm waiting for my crisis, Shanique took my phone. Sis started vlogging the whole thing. She's there snapping on her chewing gum like...
This kind of goes back to, is marriage still necessary?
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, I want to get married. You know, the other day, somebody was like, I was on a Christian TikTok side and somebody was like, how marriage is a calling. And the reason why the person was saying, why'd you make that face? The reason why the person was saying that, maybe I think the person meant not marriage is a calling, but being a wife and being a husband is a
Okay,
calling.
yeah, okay, there I
And the person was basically, I didn't really finish listening to it because I was like, oh God. But the person said they were reading a scripture in the Bible and that's what they got from it. So read your Bibles, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Until we understand the biblical perspectives, it's hard to kind of say, because if we go back to the scenario you gave, the man that is basically cohabitating with his partner and everything and has babies, to him marriage is probably not it's probably unnecessary because he has everything. Do you know what I mean? He's probably thinking, how is it going to be different if we get married? But until we understand the biblical
side of
perspective,
it. Yeah.
then do you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's look at from my perspective, because obviously you don't know my views on marriage already.
Yeah, I've actually always wanted to talk to you about this. I wanted to hear it more. I think we had a brief conversation in the group chat.
Yeah.
But it wasn't discussed properly.
So properly, yeah. Okay, so my perspective, I don't have, you know how you guys have the not to say you dream your wedding, but you have like you want to get married, you want to have that dream wedding, you kind of already start planning and things like that. Marriage has never come across in my mind. It's never been a thought. Like growing up, even like in secondary school, when people will talk about their dream wedding or their dream song or things like that, marriage has never been a thought. Even now that I'm getting older, marriage is still not in the front of my mind. So from a religious perspective, if marriage is something for me that's not on my mind, or I don't see myself getting married, how do I move from that from a Christian's perspective?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, might be the wrong people to answer them, but we'll answer them.
Okay, from a biblical perspective, I think the Bible.
I haven't really read.
Think that's as simple. And you know what? Yeah, I feel like sometimes when someone comes to you with a problem and you say pray, I feel like sometimes people don't want to hear that as a solution. I think they almost want a quick fix, or they want you to give an answer to their problem. But literally, God knows all and sees all. So literally, He's the only one that can explain to you why marriage is necessary.
Yeah.
Because again, being a wife and a husband is, you can say, is a calling.
Yeah.
Because I guess in marriage you have your duties as a wife and as a husband and what you do as a couple. So in a worldly perspective, again, if you're going to give him the kids and everything anyway, you guys are going to live together, people say it's basically a marriage. So and if you haven't had the greatest examples of marriage, it's like, what is the actual cause for it? But literally the Bible will give you the answer. That's short and simple, I think.
No, I agree. I feel like the Bible will give an answer, but it's like, okay, so do you guys feel like one day you're gonna get married?
100.
You have that feeling?
Yeah.
I don't have that feeling.
I can't lie to my girlfriend.
Do you know? But sometimes don't you feel like? Because sometimes some people are just not meant to get married.
That's what the girl was basically saying.
Yeah.
And I think it's a scary thought when you know that you want to. You know, like. It's a scary thought when it's like you want to have kids and you want to get married and you just realize that it's not going to happen for you anymore. That is sad, especially when you see other people doing it, having that around you.
The reason why I have a question about is the calling is, what if you want to have kids, but you know it says in the Bible you have to have obviously sex
Kids within marriage.
Yeah.
So how's that gonna?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like someone like me,
You need to read the Bible.
Yeah, it is reading the Bible, but it's like someone that's like me, who marriage is not even on the forefront of their mind. I don't even think about marriage.
So what are you
But
dating
it's
for,
just
shit?
like I would love to date someone,
So
but as you said, marriage for some people is the gift, like a calling, as you said. What if marriage for me is not what if God doesn't want me to get married? What if the life that God has for
But
me
you're
is
only
not to get
saying that
married?
because it's not something that you think about.
Exactly. That's nothing.
just
Has
because-
nothing.
Do you know what's so funny? Just because he's not. Do you know what's so funny? It would be so funny if you were the first person to get married. But anyways,
That would be hilarious.
Funny.
my thing is, so what do you feel like you're dating for?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's very hard for me to picture myself with a family and kids and all that
Yeah,
type
sure,
of
you need
stuff.
to pray.
Why?
But it doesn't like, I'm not one of the people that, oh, I'm gonna have kids in the next I'm gonna plan out my future. I don't do that. I genuinely don't do that
Because you can't think that far ahead, or you just don't see that happening for yourself.
I can't think that far ahead.
Yeah, you need to
I
start.
can't-
Okay,
I
then
can't
maybe it's not the
think.
timing yet.
I can
Think that
do you know,
far
and that's
ahead.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sometimes, I think sometimes, in a way, I think it's good to not think so far ahead in the future because you're just robbing yourself of the present and you're just worrying so much about something that you
That's actually true.
can't control the future anyway. Do you know what I mean? And anything can change. But that aside, you're saying that you can't see yourself getting married.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I can imagine. Like, it's not something that I can see. But if you're, because there's Christian women who are 40 plus that are not married, don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Some have kids.
They don't have kids. They're not married. They don't have kids. But what if
think-
for some people's destinies is that
I don't
God
think.
doesn't want
I
them
don't
to have
think it's
kids
a
or get married?
calling. I don't feel like it's a calling for everyone to. I don't think it's a calling to be a wife, to be married or to be a wife. I think is a time for you to. There's a time for you to be married and for you to have kids. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think it's a timing. I think it's a God's timing. I don't think it's a calling. Maybe I need to read that scripture that the girl was talking about.
It's something. I think, like on Shay's point, it's definitely something you need to pray about 100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And God will tell you whether that is for you or if it's not. But just because you're not thinking about it doesn't mean it's not for you.
She's getting married. She's getting married first.
What? I don't think it's a thing of I need to pray about it. It's because it's not on my mind. It's not what
So you don't pray about.
So it's not like a pressing matter. Like
No,
something
it's
like
not.
that.
It's
is
not
the
a pressing
relationship not a
matter.
matter for you? Like,
Not really. No.
Shay,
That's that because you want love.
just
No, because you want love.
Of course, I
You
want
want
love.
affection. We're not meant to be alone. Whether that's in a relationship,
It's true.
or-
She feels attacked right now.
whether that's in a relationship or friendship, we're not meant to be alone. So yeah, even though that's not for you, you still need human connection amongst friends.
No,
or
I
whatever, and
agree.
family,
I
right?
agree because God brought us on this earth to love each other and to be there for people. But what if that's not the plan God has for me?
Then that's fine.
Yeah,
But there's no what if.
Emma's seen it as there's no what if. Like you're gonna have
Like,
kids, you're
But
gonna
there is a what if because
But the
what
reason I'm
if-
saying there's no what ifs is we shouldn't walk around with what ifs. We should walk around with we should be certified with his work and
So do you think this is what I'm saying? Like this answer could literally be in the Bible somewhere
100?
because is according to the Bible. Okay, we
I
need
feel like
we
we're
need
with the wrong people talk about this.
I don't
because
think
we're not the wrong people. Like we're still baby Christians.
Yeah.
We're growing in our faith and we're actively trying. So this we want to learn. We want to be educated on this topic, right? In the Bible somewhere, does it say that every man and woman are supposed to be
Get married
together?
ever.
Do you know what I mean? Like, are we all meant to be in a relationship? Because yes, in a relationship, you reproduce. And ultimately, God wants you to reproduce for his kingdom, right?
Yeah,
So
but what? Okay, go.
again, is everyone meant to be together?
Exactly.
The reason why I
and
keep
is
saying
everyone
what I'm
meant
saying-
to have kids? Some
The reason
people
why
are
I'm
not
saying
meant.
what I'm saying is
Because your calling can be different. In
The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want Shay to walk around saying just don't.
I'm not saying that I don't want kids and I don't want to get married. I'm not
It's
saying
just not
that.
something you thought about.
It's not anything that I thought about. It's not like some people right now we're 25. So a lot of people right now are thinking, I want to have kids in this certain time. I want to get married. I want to
Me throwing shit to make her talking. She's speaking
why are you running from it? I'm sorry, Shay. Go on.
She's been
Yeah.
praying for this day.
yeah, like there's a lot of people right now that's planning for their future to have kids, to get married, all this stuff, preparing themselves to buy a house, have kids, That's amazing. But there's some people on this earth that God has brought for them to spread their love towards others.
Right.
Not to say that you're not here to spread love and everything like that, but not everyone is meant to have kids. Not everyone is meant to have any relationship.
Right.
Not everyone
I don't
is
know
meant to
about
get
that,
married.
Right.
Because there's people who are Christian that's never been married, that's never had kids.
So, but how's that going for them?
I do not know. I do not know.
That's a good question.
We need
I
answers,
do
guys.
not know. That's just a thought. Not to say I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. Of course, I want love and things like that. Everyone wants to experience that.
That's what I'm hearing. I think that's what I'm.
There's a
Okay, now, so you just said you're not saying you don't want to have kids, you don't want to get married. So
no.
you would like to get married, you would like to have
Yeah,
kids.
that would be nice.
Okay.
It's not. It hasn't.
But it's not on a
She
thought
just
on a
changed. She
mind.
just changed her answer.
No,
I didn't.
No.
didn't.
She said
No,
I
but
didn't.
so am I wrong then?
didn't.
No,
Because
this is what
we
she's
came
saying.
from.
I didn't.
She's
So,
saying
but did
she's
you-
never thought about it.
Okay,
So the thought of it has never been
been in my mind.
okay.
But she
But
would
you
want
would
to.
like to get married and have
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay.
But it's never been a thought in my mind.
Okay.
God
She
never
definitely
has
needs to
put-
pray and definitely needs
God-
to read her Bible.
God never has put, like, for example, God will put certain things into your head. I want you to have kids, or
Yeah.
God will say to you something about marriage or something.
Shut up,
Shut up.
She is. I promise you.
Get
she
married. But the thing is like that has never been on the forefront of my mind.
But why?
So do you know why? So if you're dating, do you know why you're dating?
That's why I said, what's she dating
Okay.
for?
Okay.
I don't know what I'm
And this is why I'm
dating for.
confused, because you would like to get married and have kids, but you don't know what you're dating for right now. Okay. Okay.
Which is absolutely fine.
No.
Give her 3 years. She'll come back with a different thought.
Okay.
Maybe because someone just hasn't shown her.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Don't show me potential. How can I believe in potential? But no, I hear it. I hear what you're saying. I think it just all comes from not having the greatest examples. But you can argue against that, because although I haven't had the best examples, I would still like to get married and have kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a tricky one, Shay.
It is a tricky one. I feel like it's tricky because in my mindset it's like,
So what do you think about when you see a sweet one?
that he's sweet. I don't think that far of he could be a potential. I don't think that far.
So what do you do when you see? Because with a sweet,
You're just thinking they're sweet. Like that's what you're thinking. Do you know what I mean?
They're just sweet.
Are you thinking they're sweet? I'm gonna chat to you.
I'm thinking you're sweet. What can you bring to the table to my table?
I can't stand to you.
I don't know. I feel like because in my mindset, I believe that I do need to read my Bible more probably to get this answer. But in my mind, I believe that not everyone is meant to have kids. Not everyone is meant to get married. Not everyone is meant for that purpose in life.
Can I say something? So I remember, like, somewhere in Corinthians, it says, stop. I remember seeing it, and it's been like pressing on my mind, right? So say, for example, Christian ladies dating a man who's in the world. Don't quote me on the scripture, right? But it's somewhere in Corinthians. Maybe someone can correct me on this. But it basically says that, I don't know if it's like, do you know when certain scriptures in the Bible doesn't relate to the times that we are in now? Anyway, in Corinthians, it basically says, as a Christian woman who's dating a worldly man, you cannot leave that relationship because you may be the one that brings him to Christ. What do you guys think about that?
Comes back to the fact that as the generation, we don't want to tussle and hustle. We want to give up easily.
And do you know why? It's even crazy, because it's like, as a Christian woman, you're the one that put yourself in that relationship with that worldly man. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, not because your punishment is, now you have to actually stick with him because you may be the one that brings him to Christ. But
maybe that's her call.
Is that good?
It's not a punishment though.
But it's like, do you know what I mean?
You should have never went for that wealthy man.
I need to understand that scripture and if that actually relates to us now, because if you're telling me, because like even as you read on, it talks about how women's heads should be covered. So it's like, is there certain things in the Bible that don't relate to times that we are in now? It just shows like the transition. But I remember seeing that and I just thought, oh, yeah, like damn, like you have to kind of like stick it out now and just like, it's like saying like your friend's faith can be the reason why you come to Christ. The same in a relationship.
It is.
No, and I agree, exactly.
Yeah. I think if you're dating somebody who's in the worldly world and you're having, I don't think it's a punishment. I feel like you just, you have to, it's your calling to bring this person. Maybe
Christ,
or that you are that way for this person to come to Christ. Do you get?
Yeah. But yeah, I remember seeing that. I don't know if it's Corinthians or James. Someone correct me on that, please. I don't know. But
interesting.
Yeah. This conversation is such an adult conversation.
No, it is. It is.
I actually didn't realize.
Who wants to ask that question next?
Shay.
I think I took this one because it kind of relates to what we're talking about now. It says, is religion a uniting or divorce force? Is religion a uniting or... No, that is so wrong. English. Is religion a uniting or dividing force?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The silent is serious.
Yeah, you got to think about that one.
Is religion a uniting?
I think I have my answer.
I think I got mine.
I think I have mine as well.
I think the generation has made it into it. Oh, I like this conversation. I've actually been having this
religion is meant to unite.
But I think it's a division
but
now.
Opinions can cause division.
I think the reason why it's a division now,
especially in Christianity, it can be the most dividing, because from experience, people don't go to church because they say that's where most hypocrites lie. And I agree. And that's where the divide happens, because there are Christians who think they are holier than thou, who think because they're in Christ they can no longer sin.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we're sinners. Hence why Jesus died on the cross.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we sin every day, no matter how big or small. For example, when Sasha came out as pregnant outside of wedlock, look at the uproar that caused. As
Yeah.
transparent as she was, look at the uproar that caused.
Yeah.
That's what I keep
And
saying.
it'll be your own people, or be
Yeah.
your own, it'll be Christians
Mhm.
who will come for her and will call her out on that. But like people are saying, just because you haven't publicly sinned, do you know what I mean? Like, who are you to have an opinion on this? Like, we cannot have an opinion on someone else's sin or fault or anything because we're just as imperfect.
Mhm.
So I think at the moment, when you go on Christian TikTok, you will see a lot of for and against, but there is a lot of division because people are almost using that to bash other Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I feel like with religion, I feel like over the years, the way people have made religion, it has definitely put people off believing in God and believing in Christ. I feel like a lot of people take on religion more than actual studying the Bible and putting God first. I feel like a lot of us today, especially me, we don't read our Bible enough. We don't study the word enough and adapt the word in our life enough. And I feel like I feel like religion is it's so big.
Mhm.
It's so big.
There's just
And
so
I feel
many
like
different.
there's so many different perspectives, and I feel like it has divided us a little bit. It has divided us a little bit because a lot of people, I don't know if to say if people take religion as their personality or
You're supposed to, though. Not as a
not in
personality, but
a way
I
of
saw
like
something on TikTok. Somebody was like, how it was something to do with that, but she was basically saying how it's not her personality, but she has to live
It's our lifestyle.
yeah,
lifestyle,
yeah.
basically.
I feel like it is your lifestyle.
Yeah, that's it. Instead of a
But
personality.
yeah, like if you are walking with Christ, it is a lifestyle. It is a certain way that you have to walk on this earth when you're walking with Christ and when you believe in Christ. But at the same time, it's like everyone is on a different path and a different journey with Christ. So it's like I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know how to say it. But I do feel like religion, not to say that the bad way of religion, but the way the society of today has made religion has put a lot of people off getting closer to God and seeking God and understanding God. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it has divided us a little bit.
What do you think?
I feel like the reason why I feel like it's divided us is because generation in society has made it into a competition.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the reason why it's divided us. I feel like it's like I can't speak for the other religion, but in the Christianity, I feel like we've made it into a competition in a sense of instead of bringing people to Christ, we made it into a competition in the sense of what church is better than
Other churches, yeah,
and we're
especially on
forgetting
TikTok.
that ultimately we're meant to be bringing people to Christ.
not to your church,
Thank you. Not to your pastor.
not to your pastor.
Not here to idolize your pastor or the church.
Literally.
Or your pastor daddy. I'm sorry, I just have to say that. That's the weirdest thing.
No, but
I think it's
you know
the
with the
weirdest
daddy
thing.
comment, yeah.
Is that common? Is that a thing in like Ghana, for example?
Okay, I was about to get into a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why they call their don't know why they call their pastor daddy first of all, but I think the reason why they call there's a Nigerian song and it says it's called My Daddy, My Daddy. But that's calling on to God.
Yeah.
I think people tend to forget that your pastor is the messenger and not the message.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Your pastor is also reading the
He
Bible.
will also be held to account on Judgment Day, by the way.
He's going to be
Exactly.
judged on, literally. And your pastor is not the person that wrote the Bible. People tend to forget that. Hence, so people start to call their pastor their daddy. It is in the God, like it is people that they're even their worst. They're my daddy people. They're the biggest sinners. Let me not judge. I don't want to judge too much. But I feel like that's the reason why there's a division. And that's the reason why. And another thing, I feel like that's also the reason why a lot of other religions look at Christianity and look very down on Christianity.
Wishy-washy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because first of all, like with the
Always go up
Sasha
against each other.
literally,
Yeah.
with the Sasha situation, is that her name? Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With her situation, everyone is talking about thou shalt not judge, but you're judging.
Yeah,
And she's
legit.
very transparent.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Caption.
And people forget that people are actually human beings.
Yeah, like
There's so many people in the Bible that made so much mistakes. And who are you to judge? If the Almighty is not judging, why are you judging?
yeah,
Why are you looking at her sideways? I feel, I don't know. This is my favorite conversation. I just feel like, I feel like as Christians, we need to do much better and we need to unite more.
yeah,
So others are not looking at us weirdly.
Yeah. But I think we're allowing it to be topic of conversation too much.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you then start bringing out all these, you start picking out scriptures, but highlighting the bit that refers to your argument, that so you can defend your point.
yeah,
And then you start Bible bashing.
Yeah.
Then you start throwing Christianity in people's face because you're trying to use a particular scripture. You haven't read the whole thing, by the way. You've just read a verse,
yeah,
and you want to bend that to your truth and to your argument.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they've read the verse, and in that moment, that's what they think the verse. I think one of the biggest thing I've learned this year is
Read
the
the whole,
Bible
read everything.
thing. And the
Yeah.
Bible, you can read the Bible today and it will mean something else to you today. And tomorrow it can mean something else
Exactly.
to you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 100%.
And I think to make everybody who doesn't understand our religion clearer is that's the whole point of our religion is bro, he does mighty things. He does things that are unexplained, like you can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if we can't explain to you why we believe in him, that should be good enough for you to understand who we're worshiping, if that makes sense. Because he does miracle things that
Yeah.
can't be explained. So
Yeah, I remember
everyone just needs
before.
to.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm.
How would you explain God to a non-believer?
I was doing this the other day and I had to give up.
mm,
The reason why I gave up, I always say I think I'm not the best person to explain because I'm a baby Christian.
I don't feel that's a good answer simply because we experience him every day.
Yeah,
True. I was
Yeah.
giving
You know?
examples, but she was so I don't know how to say. I don't know if I should say this. I'm gonna say it. So she was basically explaining to me that another a Muslim person, a Muslim believer, has already explained to her like what their religion was, but the way that she was explaining to me was this person has basically bashed the Christianity,
Oh.
and it's like a competition. It's like, why do you think they believe in God? Do you think there's a God? Like she basically bashed the whole Christian why we believe it
God, yeah,
to this girl and basically covered it with their belief, if that makes sense. And then one of the other girls that we were with was basically saying that should tell you all the reason why we believe in God. Because why would somebody else come so hard bashing other people? Because we don't do that.
Yeah.
I hardly see any Christian bashing another Muslim for their belief. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're more, maybe because it says in the Bible not to
Mm-hmm.
judge others, I think we're more supportive. But with me explaining it to her, I was basically just saying, like, you're able to wake up in the morning. That's by his
It's the
grace.
simple things.
Yeah,
I
simple
think that's why we
things.
probably struggle because we're trying to find a verse to describe him. We're trying to find a scripture,
Yeah.
or it's something as simple as he's my friend.
Literally,
He's
he's
someone that
walking
I
you up.
speak to every day.
Literally.
I think we're trying to find the most complicated, the biggest words, the scripture.
And he, you know,
to
I feel
describe
like he
him.
looks
It's
at
so
us and he goes,
simple.
do you really want me to show you? Do you know, sometimes I'm like, when I'm praying, I'm like, God, I thank you for this. And then, or like when I'm like very devastated, like I'm very low and I'm just thinking, and I feel like God literally looks at me and he's just like, you really want me to show you a big miracle? Because if you're not grateful with the small things I'm giving
have
you,
no
yeah.
idea
Why
what I
even be
feel
grateful
for
for the
you.
big things?
do
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah. I feel like if I was to describe God to someone, I would just say to them, like, he brings me a peace that no other person can bring.
Period.
100.
Yeah,
Do you know how sweet that is?
yeah,
People, the way that we were trying to explain to her, she was not getting it because she was already showered with other. Not to say not like, because I respect everybody's religion. Not to say maybe what this person was saying was wrong or whatever, but she was already showered. She's already been told that our
Yeah.
religion is shit, basically.
yeah.
So there was no. I just said to her, you just have to receive a miracle, and I pray that God actually does a miracle in your life.
Because remember, God will reveal to you. You will only understand and see the miracle and the wonders of God is when you're at your lowest point. That's the only time we see things.
Yeah.
When God is giving us blessings after blessings, we tend to forget. We tend to like not be enough grateful enough with everything that we have. But most of the times, well, for me personally, the only times that I've proper heard God's voice is when I'm at my lowest. that is when I'm able to see, like, not to say it happens all the time where I hear God, but it's like the times I've learnt my lessons and God has taught me and God has shown me I am real was when I was going through hardship and he's like, I'm here kind of thing. So I feel like if someone wants to get to Christ and they want to understand Christ, first you have to read your Bible. And first you have to just understand that every single thing you are worrying about, every single thing that you are stressing about today, you do not need to worry about it tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I think a good place to start is John as well, because that literally lays on the foundations of who Christ is.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
needs to
will
read the book
never
of John.
forget there's somewhere in John
Boy.
where it basically says, and it blows my mind, it says God literally came down on earth as a human
And
to understand us,
yeah.
to
Everyone
know
needs to read
how
John.
we live,
Yeah.
to know how we think, how we feel. So when we think our biggest sin is detrimental, like God hates us, he knows exactly what we're going through.
Yep.
He knows exactly how we feel. And now, even when I think about it, it makes me smile so much, because who would think to actually come, someone like he's holy, like
Yep.
for us, like if we saw him,
Sorry.
like, huh?
Are you crying?
No.
Oh.
It's just so amazing that someone who was
Yeah.
as great and as holy as him has brought himself down to our level, to our mere
Mid,
small
small
level,
level,
as
yeah, to
a
understand.
human, to understand how we live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he can give us, I guess, grace in that situation.
Yeah.
So he can help us. So he can be more understanding of how we feel, how we think, and everything. So so that we can come talk to him about, I don't know, about sex, about masturbation, about porn, about financial struggles, because he
here to
gets it.
Listen.
Because
He
Yeah.
gets it.
G-
He's
G-
been there,
G-
done
yeah.
that. He met a prostitute. Do you know what I mean? He done all these things. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, we're so ashamed of ourselves. I think we're ashamed of ourselves about the sins we commit because of people's perspectives.
Yeah.
If we think about how God looks at us, he still loves us. He still thinks we are the greatest thing ever. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Don't
But
let me,
because we're
God
so
likes me.
caught up on, exactly, if we're so caught up on people's opinions, that is what will keep us,
Yeah.
held down.
And it's also
I love that.
yeah, same. And it's also to like remember, like, Jesus was brought onto this earth to show us that you can live a holy life in the world that we live in.
Yeah.
He also taught us that, like, it doesn't matter what other people say, it doesn't matter about anyone's opinions, but God's opinion. Like, put God first before you do anything in this world. No matter if you're hungry, no matter anything what you're going through, put God first. Like, Jesus, that's why it's so important to learn from Jesus.
Read your
Understand
Bible,
Christ,
kids.
read the
Read
Bible.
John.
Like, you
Like,
have to
what?
read your Bible,
Book.
bro. Even me, I need to read my Bible.
Crazy.
I need to read my Bible. So
And
Read your
what's that?
Bible.
Read Proverbs. That shit.
yeah, I love Proverbs.
Wake you
Yeah.
up. That shit will make
Yeah,
you
I
feel
love
like,
Proverbs.
damn, I need to get up. I need to
Yeah.
get
I
my
also
shit
want to
together.
say that also to add on to what you was saying, also just have faith.
100. Yeah.
I feel like this year, I think I was telling Shan, this year, if I didn't have faith, I don't know what I would have done this year, the beginning of the year. My faith kicked in and my faith has risen. Are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
As in, like, have faith. Because the moment you realize that, like, I'm going to keep repeating, he does mighty things, he does greatest things, that he does things that are impossible.
Yeah.
What human things can't happen, he does it.
Mm.
Like, with somebody like that, how dare you question his work?
Yeah.
Do you
It's
get
true.
it? Somebody who can today, you can sleep today and not wake up tomorrow, God forbid. But do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, shit like that.
Yeah.
He does crazy and does miracle things.
I remember one time I was speaking to God and I was just like, when you're sad, you start thinking of people who you can go to sometimes before you think of like God is actually there. And it's just like, sometimes I just want you to come down and like just hug me or like just speak to me. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying I don't believe, but for a non-believer, it's hard for them to believe in you because we can't see. People don't believe in things they can't see.
Yeah.
There's people who believe in ghosts, but sometimes it's harder for you to believe something that you cannot see.
Yeah.
I've said
Do you know what I
this.
mean?
I said this to the girl, like, you believe that there's all of these things, but you don't believe that there's somebody that can do something for you without you seeing.
Yeah.
Like, how can you
Like
believe
believing
in
in
ghosts?
astrology.
How can you
Yeah.
believe in ghosts and you don't believe in somebody who
That
can do
someone will
great things
bring
for you?
happiness
Yeah.
to your life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank
I
God for
hear
our
it.
faith, though.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, even
I'm
one
still
time,
learning.
100.
Literally.
And I'm still trying.
Read your Bible and pray.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
honestly.
I can't stretch this enough.
Mhm.
Pray.
Yeah.
Pray.
Yeah. I just always have to remember, like, don't look at other people's journey with God. Look at your
That's
own.
what I'm saying. I feel like they've made it into a competition. They
Mhm.
think everyone wants to show off that they're a better Christian than everybody. God is not even looking at that, bruv.
Yeah.
The only thing God is
Bringing
looking at is,
people
do
to
you know
him.
the only
Like,
competition we're
exactly.
competing against? Do you know the only thing we're competing against? who's gonna make it to heaven? That's
Your flesh. That's all it is.
Yeah,
literally the only
literally,
thing.
literally.
Not freaking who can dish out mans.
Yeah,
I feel like
for
hotels just
sure.
for like 2-3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're trying to go for.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice restaurants or street food.
Oh.
I like nice restaurants, you know. I like to sit down and eat my food.
I think I used to be such a Michelin star restaurant girl. I used to love them tiny because that one good taste, like, is amazing taste in your mouth. But street food, like when I'm in Ghana, I can't lie.
Yeah, in
This is I'm
other
in
countries,
between.
street food is amazing, but
You just have to prepare for your belly. But street
yeah.
street food in other countries taste great.
Yeah.
Even like Borough Market and them places, street food.
Yeah,
tastes
this is it.
great.
Yeah, I think I need
Yeah.
to source street food.
Hot air balloon or helicopter?
Oh, I think hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. Never been on a helicopter, but hot air balloon.
I want to do a helicopter.
I wanna do a
I
hot
feel
air
like the air
balloon.
balloon would be scary because if it's rocking and
Mm.
the wind
I
is
think
blowing you another
views it
way.
gives is
I just want to see a sunrise.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be beautiful.
that would be
I
so
love
lovely.
me some sunrise.
Mhm.
Beach villa or cozy cabin?
Oh,
Beach villa for the vibes. Cozy cabin.
intimate settings again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Glamping or camping?
Glamping.
Glamping. Who
What the hell?
bruv?
Glamping, please.
Slow travel or see it all now?
Oh, slow travel to take in the moment, take in the views, take in everything, see it all now, and then what?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Snow or beach?
Beach. The frick?
Europe travel or Asia travel?
Asia travel.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
True. Airplanes or boats?
Airplanes.
Airplanes.
I saw some guy on TikTok.
Tip of the water.
I saw some guy on TikTok. I don't know if you've not seen it yet. I don't know what country he went to, but he had to basically leave early, and there was no flight from where the island that they were on. So some locals offered to travel with him on a boat, and they said it was a few minutes. Guys,
Psych.
he even missed his
Saw that
flight.
video. They travelled at night in the dark.
Do you see?
Atlantic Ocean.
That's it.
I swear to you, I would have been like, God,
Panicked.
panicked. I would have been panicking in the
I think I would
night
have fainted.
on the sea at night.
I would have been vomiting.
Batteries running low. Like
What?
your phone has lights. Like
They missed their flight by the time they reached the
can
next
you imagine?
island.
Forget it.
The man lied just for money.
Forget it. And this the foreigners will do it. They will do it. They want money.
That was too funny.
Why would
Okay,
you do that? Why would you do? Why not check on Google how far it is?
Right.
it was far.
No. Mm-mm.
They traveled early in the morning. They reached middle
Forget
of the
it.
night.
And you missed your flight.
Hiking a mountain or swimming in the sea.
Hiking.
What's my business in the water?
Us in the sea.
What's my business in the ocean? Do you know what the ocean is?
Too much. See.
Do you know what the ocean? I don't think people deep it.
Ocean is.
There's a reason why we're not in the water.
Do you know how big the ocean is?
100.
Nah. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
The next one is food edition.
Mm-hmm.
Donuts or cupcakes?
Donuts.
Cupcakes.
Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Cupcake.
Hot coffee or iced coffee?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee, yeah. You don't
Ice.
drink coffee.
I don't
yeah?
drink coffee, but I would say ice. I've tried
Mm.
coffee before. Ugh.
Coffee. I don't know how people used to drink coffee
I
Patron.
don't know how people drink coffee in
I
general.
used to hyped coffee Patron up, and then when Carlos got it for his birthday, that's what
That drink was horrid.
horrible.
God forbid,
When
yeah.
I drank it, I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Crisp or popcorn?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
I had to stop, getting cavities. Cake or pie?
Oh.
Pie for me.
Like, what do you mean pie? Like,
I don't really have pies much. I'm more of a cake.
cake.
Any pie,
yeah.
like, pie is a pie, innit? It's a type of a pie, no? I'll say meat
Mm,
pie.
okay,
Meat
guess
pie is a
so.
pie, innit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
cake though.
I'm saying cake, yeah.
Donuts or bagels?
Bagels.
Ice cream or cotton candy?
Ice
Ice
cream.
cream.
Yeah.
That's
cotton
crazy
candy.
people.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Waffles.
I love a pancake.
I love me some waffles. Some
Pancakes.
sugar waffles.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
I don't like the eggy smell on pancakes, you
Oh,
know.
definitely.
Love pancakes, man.
Tacos or what? The fuck do you say this?
Is it Q?
Yeah.
quesadillas.
Yeah. What the fuck is
That
that?
shit. We had it in Mexico and it was rubbish.
What the fuck is that?
Do you know why I'm impressed? Yeah, because Damien and India went to Mexico the other day and they had